Sino ba itong Mac Builders? Pasikatin na natin. Itong Mac Builders ay dati nang na-blacklist ng National Irrigation Administration noong February 2021.
Dapat, inspeksyonin nyo, huwag nyo munang patakbuhin to for the safety and convenience of the passengers. Ito, nakalagay 30 maximum capacity passengers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bakit nakalagay dyan?
Yung bago nyo.
45. Ang sinasakay mo, 45, di ba? Oh, yan na. Paano kung may mga dalang droga, may madalang baril? Ano na?
Hindi namin yun ma-detect.
Ayun, so paano kung ako ay terorista, naglagay ako ng napakaraming baril sa ilang upuan, naglagay pa ako ng isang sakong droga, lusot na.
The Honorable Tulfo is recognized to deliver his privileged speech. You may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. Distinguished colleagues, I speak before you today on a matter of personal and collective privilege. As an archipelago, sea travel is unavoidable. Kaya naman po, ang ating mga seaports ay mahalaga para sa ating bansa at sa ating mga kababayan. We always have our eyes sa mga airport at sa land travel. But we should not forget our seaports because they contribute to our national economic development and international and domestic trade. In numbers, our ports cater to 621,801 ship calls, 280 million metric tons of cargo, 7.8 million TEU container traffic, 78.7 million passenger traffic, and 11.2 million ro-ro traffic annually. Ports generate significant revenue, support tourism by providing access to remote locations, and enable participation in the global market by serving as gateways for imports and exports. That is why, as the chairperson of the Committee on Public Services, sinugurado ko na matutukan ang mga problema at estado ng ating mga seaports. Nito mga nakaraang buwan, magmula ng hinawakan kong public services, umikot po ako sa iba't ibang port para maunawaan ang mga problema at kailangan ng taong bayan. Please indulge me a couple of minutes of your time to look at some of the ports we have visited. Wala? Okay. Kung hindi, wag na.
Pag sinuot ito ng isang tao hindi marunong lumangoy at medyo mabigat ang weight tulad halimbawa ni tatay, ni nanay, lulubog to. Tingnan nyo. Tapos to butas pa. Tapos butas-butas oh. Pag umulan, mababasa itong mga tao. Dapat, inspeksyonin nyo, huwag nyo munang patakbuhin to for the safety and convenience of the passengers. Ito, nakalagay 30 maximum capacity passengers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bakit nakalagay dyan?
Yung bago nyo.
45. Ang sinasakay mo, 45, di ba? Oh, yan na. Meron na pala mga ticket yon. Pinagpapawisan, may mga bata, pinapaypayan. Bakit natin hindi ilagay dito na aircon? Doon, mainit. Pag yan nahulog, tatama sa tao. Tapos yun, parang naghihingalo Di ba dati meron kayong counter?
Nagagawa pa ba natin sa ngayon, sir? Wala pa sa ngayon, sir.
Bakit wala? Kasi kung kayo ay mag-aasa lamang sa manifesto, paano kung meron pinalusot ng pinalusot? Nagkanya-kanya na silang kung saan-saang deck. So dapat merong counter para kung tutugma rito yung bilang ninyo doon sa nakalagay sa manifesto. The purpose is also para makita din insurance.
Pwede mabuksan itong clinic? Wow! Maling-mali ito. Clinic ito? Hindi dapat ganito. Yun ang
Take
kwarto.
note of this, sir.
Paano kung may mga dalang droga, may madalang baril? Ano na?
Hindi namin yun ma-detect.
Ayun, so paano kung ako ay terorista, naglagay ako ng napakaraming baril sa ilang upuan, naglagay pa ako ng isang sakong droga, lusot na.
Random nga lang po, sir, dahil yung limited din na po yung capability ng mga aso po natin, sir. So, from time to time, pagkaano, sir,
Ay, wag po random. Kasi paano kung natsambahan kayo, may droga doon. So dapat po, each and every vehicle na papasok, check talaga, wag random.
From Manila po, lumipad po kami to Zamboanga. Tapos nagstay kami ng overnight sa Zamboanga. Kinabukasan po, lumipad naman po kami from Zamboanga to Tawi-Tawi. Pagdating namin po sa Tawi-Tawi, sumakay naman po kami ulit ng tricycle papuntang Old Chinese Port or Bungaw. Pagdating po namin sa Old Chinese Port or Bungaw Port, sumakay po kami ng lunch.
May nag-expect? Wala.
Wala po.
During these ocular inspections and committee hearings conducted, we have flagged various issues including, number one, overloading during peak seasons caused by faulty ticketing systems of passenger ship companies. Number two, it was also observed that there is no strict documentation to the manifest log sheet of passengers. Number three, we also noted the lack of proper screening of passengers and their bags, particularly those on board Roro and private vehicles. Number four, some ports have substandard facilities, no sufficient seats in the waiting area, unsanitary toilets, and poor ventilation. Number five, during peak seasons, fixers demand 2,500 pesos up to 5,000 pesos from vehicle owners in exchange for prioritized port entry. Number six, when it comes to cargo being loaded on the vessels, I noticed that there is no need to provide more X-ray machines and K9 units that could check the cargo, which is sometimes used to transport smuggled goods, unregulated firearms, and prohibited drugs. Mr. President, who should be on top of these things? It is the Philippine Ports Authority. The PPA's mandate is to establish, develop, regulate, manage, and operate a rationalized national port system in support of trade and national development. According to them, their vision is that by 2030, the Philippine Ports Authority, as part of an integrated transport and logistic system, shall have provided port facilities and services at par with global best practices and a port regulatory environment conducive to national development. Kaya ba ito, PPA? Allow me to make a wild guess. Kung titingnan natin ang ilang mga proyekto ng PPA, suntok sa buwan po. Mr. President, may nakarating po sa akin na may isang infrastructure project ang PPA sa Zamboanga. Isang modern daw na two-story passenger terminal with a penthouse intended to cover 9,416 square meters and serve up to 3,000 passengers. The notice to proceed was issued on February 23, 2021 to MAC Builders, with the project formally approved by PPA General Manager J. Daniel Santiago and awarded at a contract price of 485 million pesos. The agreed timeline for completion was 720 calendar days, targeting February 13, 2023. Pero it has been 932 days, hindi pa din po ito tapos. Sa ngayon, civil works appear to have been abandoned. No updates or accountability have been made public by the Philippine Ports Authority. The project as of date has a completion rate only of 56%. Kung ano-anong dahilan ang binibigay, limited supply of construction materials, insufficient manpower, and persistent unworkable weather conditions. Lahat naman dinadaanan yan. Dapat ay nakafactor na yan sa timeline nila. At kahit natamaan pa ito ng COVID, matagal lang natapos ang pandemya. Sabi nga ng mga tao doon, mas nauna pa natapos ang SM na sinimulan kamakailan lang kesa matapos itong passenger terminal na ito. Mr. President, puro extension na itong proyekto na ito. Ngayon, pinapa-approve nila ang 5th project extension at pending approval, nag-apply na sila ng 6th project extension. Ang nakakapagtaka, may nagsabi sa akin na naghahanap na sila ng subcontractor natatapos nito, pero wala nang gustong humawak nitong proyekto dahil hindi na sapat ng pondo para sa pagtapos ng proyekto. Zamboanga Passenger Terminal is just one of the many projects under the watch of PPA General Manager J. Santiago, which are distributed to 3 pet contractors. One of them is MAC Builders. Sino ba itong MAC Builders? Pasikatin na natin. Itong MAC Builders ay dati nang na-blacklist ng National Irrigation Administration noong February 2021 dahil sa pagka-terminate ng Malinaw Dam Improvement Project sa Bohol. This 730.9 million pesos project was terminated because of failure to fully and faithfully comply with contractual obligations without valid costs and lack of essential equipment. The performance security of 219 million pesos was forfeited. The MAC was suspended from government procurement for 1 year mula January 28, 2021 hanggang January 27, 2022. Pero ang milagro, di pa lumalagpas ang isang buwan, February 19, 2021, hindi na blacklisted ang MAC builders ng Government Procurement Policy Board o GPPB. At kung gaano ka-delay ang kanilang project, nakarating din sa akin na delay din ito sa pagbayad sa mga empleyado. Sabi ng ilang mga nagtatrabaho pa din sa MAC builders, no benefits, delayed salary, palakasan, sip-sip culture is widely spread. They did not pay government contributions, delayed salary, and toxic culture at work. Management has no care at all. Pambihira naman to. Hindi naman lang naibabahagi sa mga empleyado nilang nagpapakahirap yung mga naibulsang pera ng bayan. Mr. President, apart from this delayed passenger terminal, the services in the Zamboanga port is horrendous, despite the 2.5 billion contract with Global Port Zamboanga Terminal Incorporated. First, there is the persistent scalping of port access issues. There are repeated complaints about unauthorized ticket resellers and weak ticketing controls. Second, poor pre-departure holding area conditions. Passengers required to stay for at least 2 hours in the pre-departure area and do not have any proper seating facilities and suffer from very poor ventilation. Third, lack of accessibility and priority lanes. There are no special lanes or priority boarding for parents with small children, senior citizens, persons with disabilities, and pregnant women. Finally, there is a concern regarding the cargo handling rates at Zamboanga, which increased by more than 300%. Local stakeholders cite this as a major blow to small traders from Basilan, Sulu, and Tawi-Tawi who rely on the port for commerce. Indeed, people from the shipping industry has been saying that the PPA infra anomalies has slowed domestic trade significantly and has made local shipping more expensive than international shipping. Mr. President, sounds familiar itong unfinished passenger terminal project sa Zamboanga. At dahil may momentum na tayo dito sa mga flood control projects, gusto kong tuloy-tuloy na itong pag-ungkat ng mga kalokohan sa iba pang mga proyekto ng gobyerno. I want to focus on improving our transportation sector. At sa ating mga kababayan, inanyayan ko po kayo na magsumbong dahil we are on your side. Get involved in these hearings. Put pressure on your public officials until it hurts. Demand transparency and accountability, and insist on public involvement and participation. We will ensure that all other ports will get checked and be worth every centavo invested from the people's money. Kaya sa PPA, shape up or ship out. Thank you, Mr. President.
Mr. President.
Senator Villanueva is recognized.
Yes, Mr. President, the minority leader is seeking the floor to interpolate the gentleman from Isabela. I move that he be recognized, Mr. President.
The distinguished minority floor leader is recognized for his interpellations and/or interjections with leave of the gentleman from Tarlac, the Honorable Tulfo.
Thank you, Mr. President. Will the distinguished gentleman from Isabela, Tarlac, and the Philippines answer a few questions, Mr. President? Kaya Philippines na eh.
Yes, Mr. President, by all means.
Thank you. We would like to congratulate you for this well-crafted, privileged speech, and we are somehow bothered by the revelations Imagine a contractor who has been blacklisted has again been able to get projects from government. Baka baksak na naman ito doon sa sinasabi nating pagka-blacklisted, baka hindi na dapat binibigyan ng pagkataon. Anyway, I hope my only question, it depends on the answer of the gentleman, is who is this Mac Builders, Mr. President? Who are the people behind Mac Builders?
Okay, thank you, Mr. President, for that question. The contractor, Mac Builders, the owner and president is Manuel A. Chua. And the contract price was 485 million pesos. The project that was mentioned in my privilege speech. And this contractor, like I said, Mr. President, has been blacklisted already, supposed to be for 1 year, but even before 1 year, siya po ay nabigyan ulit ng contract. Kapareho po ito sa mga flood control projects na pinag-usapan natin ngayon dito sa Senado, and even yung mga projects sa irrigation, Mr. President, halos kapareho itong mga nangyayari ngayon, na yung mga contractors na na-blacklist pero nabibigyan ulit ng mga proyekto afterwards.
Sila rin ba yung are they the same contractors for the NIA of Malinaw, Bonot, Earthfield Dam projects that you mentioned earlier?
Yes, Mr. President, yung Malinaw project sa kanila po yung Mr. President.
Sa kanila, yung Bonot, Earthfield Dam.
Yung Bonot, we still have to verify, Mr. President. Pero
Alright.
yung Malinaw, I'm very sure na sila po yun, Mr. President.
These Mac Builders and the other possible contractors, were they licensed by the PICAB, by the PCAB, the Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board?
Yes, Mr. President, they were duly licensed by PCAB.
And the blacklist came from?
The procurement board is the one that blacklisted them, Mr. President.
GP? From the DBM,
GPBB. GPPB, Mr. President.
GPPD.
B,
Alright.
yes.
So yun yung nag-blacklist.
Yung po, Mr. President, ang nag-blacklist sa Mac Builders.
And then thereafter, how many years or months before they were able again to get the contract?
1 month pa lamang, Mr. President, agad-agad nilift yung blacklisting sa kanila at nabigyan ng panibagong contract.
I believe, Mr. President, that there should be a thorough investigation of the revelations of the distinguished gentleman. And perhaps the Committee on Public Services would be the proper agency to look into the matter because of the PPA and what is the other one involved, the Zamboanga port and all the other ports.
Yes, Mr.
Are the ones that are involved.
Thank you, Mr. President. And pag nagkaroon po ng hearing, I would like to invite you to attend para kayo po makapag-contribute, makapagbigyan ng input sa gagawing hearing tungkol sa isyong ito, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President. That is all for now. I will hopefully wait for the hearing to be done very soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Soto, our distinguished Minority Floor Leader. Majority Floor Leader.
Mr. President, next to interpolate is the gentleman from Palawan, the close friend of the gentleman from Davao, no other than Senator Erwin Tulfo. I move that he be recognized, Mr. President.
The gentleman is so recognized. You may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is just a manifestation, Mr. President. May the good gentleman from who grew up in Davao and married in Isabela yield to some questions.
He may do so if he so desires.
Yes. Would you agree, Mr. President, that the Philippine Ports Authority, a GOCC, originally created under PD number 505, is mandated to establish, develop, regulate, manage, and operate a rationalized national port system in support of trade and national development, Mr. President?
You're precisely correct, Mr. President.
My next question, Mr. President, is the Philippine Ports Authority has a total budget of 1.35 billion for 2025. Ang tanong ko po, Mr. President, do you mean hindi po nasama yung completion po ng Zamboanga Port at hanggang ngayon hindi pa natatapos dun sa 135 billion, Mr. President?
Tama, Mr. President, hindi pa nakumpleto at marami mga binibigyan na dahilan. Itong contractor, kesyo COVID, kesyo ulan, kesyo kulang sa manpower, marami mga kesyo. At ngayon, naghahanap po sila ng another contractor para subcontract yung proyekto, pero walang gustong tumanggap na contractor dahil malulugi sila.
Alam po ba, Mr. President, ng butihing mambabatas mula po sa Davao, Isabela, Tarlac, kung kailan po sinimulan itong proyektong ito ng Philippine Ports Authority sa ang Zamboanga Port?
February 2021, nagsimula po ito, Mr. President, and hanggang ngayon, 4 years after, hindi pa rin natatapos. Sabi nga ng mga taga Zamboanga, buti pa yung sa SM, ilang buwan lang, tapos na agad. Samantalang itong port, yung Zamboanga Port, 4 na taon, hindi pa rin natatapos, Mr. President.
Panguli na lamang, Mr. President, magsasagawa po ba ng investigasyon ang Committee on Transportation hinggil po sa bagay na ito para masilip po hindi lang po ang itong Zamboanga Port at iba pang mga pier na kinakailangan ng agarang atensyon ng pamahalaan, Mr. President?
Yes, Mr. President. Pag na-refer ito sa committee ko, sana doon sa committee ko ma-refer, hindi kung saan-saan, sa public services, then magkakaroon po ito ng hearing and you are definitely welcome and ini-invite kita, Mr. President, na umaten para makatulong sa pag-uusisa, pag-question, sa research and all para lumabas yung katotohanan tungkol sa project na ito, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President. That's all.
Majority Floor Leader, what is the pleasure of the Honorable De La Rosa?
Thank you, Mr. President. Just a short interpellation to the...
The gentleman may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, yung ako po'y palaging bumabiyahe, Davao to Manila, Manila to Davao using magbayland ako, tapos lahat ng ports na dadaanan ko. Ako, pakiramdam ko lang, Mr. President, if I am seeking the opinion of the good gentleman from Davao, Tarlac and Isabela.
No, not Tarlac, Mr. President.
Ha?
Walang Tarlac.
Walang Tarlac.
May kasama.
Davao and Isabela lang. Okay. If the good gentleman would agree with me na parang itong ating mga ports ay napapabayaan in a very sad state dahil para bang tingin ng ako feeling ko lang na ang treatment ng gobyerno dito kasi ang gumagamit nito yung mga mahirap na tao lamang kasi alam nila yung mga mayayaman na mga reklamador magreklamo kung poor services ay palaging nag-aeroplano. Aeroplano yan sila pero yung mga mahirap na talagang hirap sa buhay, yan ang ginagamit yung pantalan, nagbabayland, nagbabarko.
Roro.
Kaya siguro, I don't know, sana baguhin ng ating gobyerno yung treatment nila, pagtingin nila dyan. Dahil we're an archipelagic country. Yan ang pinaka-mode of service natin, mode of transportation sa lahat ng ordinaryong tao. By boat, by land, by sea. Bihira lang yung mag-aeroplano dahil lalo na ngayon, napakamahal ng pamasahe sa aeroplano. So siguro, kung magkakaroon tayo ng presidente na talagang pangmasa, tutukan yan ng yung mga pantalan na yan. Dahil, alam mo, pag naghihintay ako ng barko o yung ferry na tatawid sa from Luzon to Visayas or from Visayas to Mindanao, natutulog ako doon sa gilid ng gilid ng pantalan. May tumutakbong mga daga, Mr. President, na makakagat ka pa ng daga. I must tell you frankly na gano'n. Pagod na pagod ka sa biyahe. Pagdating mo doon, wala pang barko. Lalabas ako sa sakyan, higa ako doon sa tabi ng
Sahig.
mismo, sa sahig, sa ports ng may tumatakbo ng mga daga yung iba. Kaya, very sad state talaga yung ating mga pantalan. Sana yung PPA ay tutukan nila ito na ma-improve, Mr. President.
Tama ka, Mr.
Thank you.
President, sa iyong observation. Yung mga sumasakay kasi sa mga barko, usually sila yung mga may hirap.
Yes.
At hindi sila masyado nagreklamo at wala silang boses, hindi sila masyado napapakinggan, unlike dun sa mga sumasakay sa aeroplano, mayayaman, alta syudad, etc. So, madaling mapansin kapag sila ay magreklamo at magsumbong. So, it's about time na tutukan talaga itong mga ginagawa ng PPA, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President, for having the same observation with this representation.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator De La Rosa.